Was it like that when you first come on? I was probably staring at it going, what's going on? Hello, lasses of the lounge. Kylie Dixon here, founder of this. Do you know I'm going to start saying it? Because you say it. Founder of the best place for business on social media. There you go. I've said it. I'll tag Alexa, see if she's back. I'll tag some of the lounge legends. When you come on, tell us if you know what I'm going on about with these pillars. Right? I'd love to get some new people on, but what happens is, here's something for you. You know when you go live into a group and it shows you a list of people, it shows you the people you're most active with at the top. So newbies don't necessarily show up, but I'm still going to tag people anyway. Bothered. Apart from some of my mates who are like, oh, she stop tagging me on there. Right, I'll be Tuesday. Hello. Whoa, easy. I thought it was bank holiday. Is it? I have no clue. Hello, Kat. Hello, Victoria. Hello, Laverico. Hello, Ruth. Hello, Fiona Patterson. Hello. Someone was asking us about you today. Hello, good things, though. It's all fine. Hello, Mirren. Hello, Amy. Oh, the lounge legends are on. Check them all out. They're all grafting today, even though it's supposed to be bank holiday. Does anyone even have a bank holiday? Hello, Margaret. Mateys. Have we got a year for yous? There's been loads of people joining, all right? I know I seem to say this every week, but it's more frequent every week, which is class. Sasha, all right. Jen, oi. Savaloy. There's been like loads of people just joining consistently every week, which is class. So use a lot to keep talking about the lounge. And we keep banging on about it everywhere. When you're at events and all sorts, word of mouth, everything, people are coming in. Right, it's great. It's great to see. And it's the fact that the other day, get your words out, Dixon. The fact that the other day, more people, more of you lasses, coming out from the shadows. Lurky McLurkerson's coming out, which is just amazing. And you have all joined at a massively pivotal time. Is that a word? I don't know. Sounds like one. Pivotal time for the lounge, because I've got the team of legends now, right? And what's class about the team, right? I mean, my team's always been amazing, right? But for whatever reasons, people have had to step away, etc. But the team that I've got, when we're writing training and when we're writing like all the plans that's going to go into the membership area, the next level lounge, check that out. We've all got completely different ways of explaining things and completely different types of passions and types of behaviours. It's very interesting when I have a meeting, which I've got one today at 11 o'clock with them, we talk about different things, and everyone's got a different way of looking at things. So when you come in to do any kind of training or any kind of coaching, you're going to get a mixed bag so that everyone is looked after and everyone is catered for, which is awesome, isn't it? Victoria says, no bank holiday for me. I'm sprucing up the treatment room, deep cleaning, painting. Well done, mate. Bit of a spruce. I need to do it, you actually. It needs a spruce. Oh, look. Yeah. Oh, yes. She only got a tomato calendar, didn't she? Geordie, all right. Angela, yes, love seeing people's confidence growing in here. It's class, and I think, you know what it is? It's testament to this community, because people go, oh, look at those people who are coming out of the woodwork who I haven't seen before, and they're going like, do you know what it is? I'm going to go and say something. Like, some people messages and they go, I'm just not confident enough to go in and interact, and I'm just like, look, I'm not going to push you to do it. No one expects anyone to be active in here. But I can guarantee that it's communities like this that have helped me grow my business, and I wouldn't be doing any of these things right now if it wasn't for, I know networking sounds like networking, but it's just meeting people, that's all it is, and talking about things that you're doing and seeing if you've got a connection with someone, that's all it is. Morning, Beverly. Morning, Nicola Wood. Compost the cat. So, let's talk about this then. Serious, effective planning. We've got themes running throughout the year, right? You'll see this happening on a lot of my socials, right? In my other groups and my other communities and that. Because I found that having like a theme for the year, for each quarter, really helps you focus and like helps it remain consistent a little bit better than what I was before. And like just thinking of things weekly, whereas now I've got like a goal and a focus each month. It is going to be mega Amy Martin. So this is going to be a really big year for us because it's the first time we've followed this structure, and we literally have meetings every week at the minute to make sure that what we're doing for you is the best thing that we can possibly provide for you as a community of lasses who need support with their businesses and with their personal self as well. So this quarter is called Planning for Success, right? So every quarter we'll be launching a training, right? So the training that we're going to be launching, it's going to be so much bigger than what previous trainings that we've done, right? Because it was mainly me who did all of the videos and all the talking, and I had to rattle all of those off, right? And like three sittings I'd have to go and record. So if I did an Instagram, for instance, I'd have to go and record all of them like on a night during the day, and it was a bit of a, you know what I'm like, I give myself too much to do, right? And now there's 8 of us, and every single person's willing to chip in, and you're gonna get not just my version of, obviously you like what I talk about, you like how practical I am and how I just tell you as it is, because that's how my brain goes, right? From beginning to end, I tell you as it is, right? Because that's how I learn. But then you've got the rest of the lounge legends, the lasses in my team, who do it in a different way, and that'll resonate with other people. But when you bring that all together, it's just an absolute powerhouse of information for you. So not only are we going to provide the training, we're going to give it in a membership area where you can literally go into the membership area instead of going, can I find this in the lounge? You're going into the membership area and everything's there. Whoa, isn't it? So, Amy says, even though on a day-to-day basis I fly by the seat of my pants. You would never realise it though, would you, with Amy Martin? She reckons she wings it half the time, right? And she doesn't plan, whereas I'm a planning nutcase, which is why this training and this quarter is right up my street. She says, I do love to have a rough plan of attack, and when I don't have one, I flounder around and do nout. Well, if I don't structure, well, you know what I'm like, if I don't structure and plan stuff, like down to when I'm down the toilet, my brain doesn't work. Fiona says, I'm so pleased I met Jodie in here. Her resources are unbelievable for mindfulness classes for children. Oh, Fiona. So I had a quick chat with Jodie this morning. She was just asking whether I knew you, because she knew that you were from Seam. I was getting totally. I was like, Fiona, man. I was like, she's one of my mates. Been out drinking with Fiona. God, she can tell you some stories. There's more and more people coming into here who are actually nervous. Like, who have been out boozing with. It's not good. Hello, Finn. Finn's back from attack. I can tell by your socials, mate. Hello, Pauline. Jodie, right back at you. I'm very excited to work with you this year, and thank you so much. See what happens. Jodie had a connection with Fiona, and the same way, like, they've obviously got similar ideal clients. They work in similar backgrounds, and they're working together now. Collaboration at its best. Come in and tell us how it progresses. Lasses, let us know what happens. What exciting things are going to happen with you. Mars, alright, get on with it, Dixon. So every time I go live now, and you may see some of the other lasses go live in here, I've left it totally up to them what they want to do when they come in and share some content, whatever they want to do, right? They've all got amazing skills and amazing expertise in what they do, right? It's brilliant. But as much as possible, we're going to try and provide worksheets and guides, because I know not everyone catches this. Plus, I know how erratic I am when I talk like blah, blah, blah. And sometimes you might just want to go back and look at it. So I'm going to drop some worksheets in as well after today, like I did last time. Oh God, Fiona, didn't be telling. Don't you be telling drunken stories, Skegness, mate. Oh. Skegness at the dance competition, Fiona. Oh my God. Let's not go there. Sasha, international collabs with Geordie Bean in Scotland. See, man, it's hellish. Morning, Lanes. Morning. Oh, what's Kat saying? She won't, but feel free to share away about her. Oh, Kat, man. Kat, I'll tell you about it on your one-to-one, which you won. Is it next week or the week after? I'm not sure. Oh, Finn loves a good worksheet. Champion. Okay. So I can't even remember what I've titled this. Is it something to do with pillars? I hope so. Who's planning pillars? Right, let us know in here if you know what I'm talking about when I say pillars. You might have heard them called business pillars, but you can pretty much drop the whole thought process of pillars on anything, right? You could. And the reason I'm asking you about this is quite an important part which people might not necessarily think about. And it helps you think about business in like a more strategic way. We've all got small businesses. We all work off the side of our desk, or we have, lots of different things that we do as entrepreneurs. And sometimes getting the right structure in place from the very beginning helps you think about what to do with every single step of your business, right? And this is helping us with the lounge. I'm going to talk about the lounge really so that you can resonate a little bit more. But I do it with me books. I do it with the Magical World of Mushroom Marvellous now. And I used to do it back in the corporate world, but it's makes more sense now. Anna, she knows. Yes, Finn. So let us know, give us some examples of pillars that you use. No, Sasha, not the ones you keep on, mate. If you've even thought about them for your small business. So, as some of the lasses have said there, if you think about it in terms of a building, right? Your business is like, it's your baby, it's your castle, it's something you're building and you're growing. And if the foundation and the structure isn't nailed on, it ain't going to be a house that's going to last forever, right? So that's kind of a way to think about it. Oh, no idea, Victoria says. Why, Victoria, I thought you would know what them are. I don't know why. It just seems as if you're the person who knows. Maybe you come across very professional. There you go. Mind you, I'm not that professional, and I know what I'm waffling, right? So they're like the building blocks to your perfect business, right? You're never going to be perfect, right? But if you kind of look at these as your pathways to success, and if you feel that you're coming away from a pathway, you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, you feel a bit angsty, you feel a bit like deflated, it's really good to review them, have them up on the wall, right? And this is what's on some of the worksheets that I'm going to drop in. Fiona says, I plan around a theme on a weekly basis and use the same plan that I adapt throughout the week, but on the whole I'm a last-minute panicking loony. You are a bit of a last-minute panicking loony, Fiona. I've seen you on. I really must plan better this year. I'm always winging it. Didn't get us wrong, right, Fiona? Some weeks, I say I'm a planner, but some weeks I just kind of do it, right? I'll do a full plan of the year, I'll do a full plan of the quarter, I'll do a full plan of the month, and 9 times out of 10 I do stick to it, but I'm not perfect, and some days and some weeks I'm like, ugh. All right. Amy said, yes, Victoria, see, you know what I'm on about. Amy says, I have always tried to work in pillars for my content. This is what I'm going to talk about. So even on my personal wall, I have 3 to 5 key things about myself that I talk about to share things related to. Pick out the 3 to 5 things that you want people to think about when they talk about you, and only post about those things. Yes. Me and Amy have got similar brains. Different, very different, but similar in some ways, right? So, so forget about themes, right? Because I know some of you are talking about themes here, which is great to have themes, right? Brilliant. What I want you to think about is a little bit more kind of strategic, right? So what I mean by that, pillars you can use for anything. Some people just have them as you know, people say 3 to 6. I always go with about 5 pillars, right? I'm going to talk about them. 5 pillars, your overarching pillars. And some people just have 5 for their business, right? Back in the corporate world, it was things like technology, customer service, complaints, colleagues, right? Colleague well-being and all that. We're much more smaller. We're smaller than that, right? And we have lots of different things that we're managing ourselves. So for me, I find it so much easier, and it makes more sense if you break those bigger or overarching things down into different things, okay? So some of the things you could have your pillars for are your brand, right? Social media I've got down here, and I'm talking about that because you'll resonate more with it when I start to explain. So your brand, for example, right? And if we talk about 5 different pillars, and once you've selected these pillars, right, you've got to do a lot of thinking about it. It's got to resonate with who you are, the types of things, like what Amy said, the types of things your customers will want to see from you and who keep coming back to you because you are that type of person. So some of the things I've got for the Northern Lass Lounge is Northern Crack, right? Remember, this is ideal client based here. I know there's people in here who are not Northern. I know there's people in here who are not even in this country, right? But our niche and our ideal client is a Northern lass running a business on social media. Morning, Steph. Morning, Lynn. Steph, Fiona's on. Fiona Patterson, 2 mates, live around here. So if you think about the brand, Northern Crack, I've got no bull crap approach. Is this not what you get? And I've got relatable. There's so many different ones. You want to do a good session about thinking about and then really, really hone in on the ones that make sense for your brand. So if you were to say we've got Northern Crack, no bull crap, relatable. Hello, Jules. Right? This is what your audience expect about your brand. Okay? When you go to do some action planning for the month, could be anything. Could be, I don't know, you've got some meetings that you need to lead up, or you're going to do some guest speaking, or you're going to write a PowerPoint for somebody, right? Because it's coming from you, they'll expect something. So you get your brand pillars out and you go, has it got Northern Crack? Has it got no bull crap? And has it got relatable? Has it got bright? Has it got bright, funky, retro type of branding on, right? You can do it with anything, absolutely anything. Even when I go into like and I'm not saying everyone does guest speaking spots, right? But you could be going into an important meeting about something, or an interview, right? You want people to like you for you. So even when I'm preparing for something like a digital guest speak, like I've got one in a couple of weeks where I'm going online and I'm doing a virtual session about Facebook groups. I will then get my pillars out and go, right, does this session cover Northern Crack, no bull crap? Yes. No. Right, I need to intertwine that, right? That's one thing. You've then got social media, and this is something that Amy pointed on, and I think out of everything, because people get so overwhelmed with social media and what to do, what to post, how to post, you know, the list goes on. This is why one of the reasons this lounge exists is because of this. It's important to have pillars for your social media. Now you can go back to your brand, right, and take some of those. So I actually do quite a lot of these with my social media anyway, when it comes to the lounge. So you've got things like Northern Crack still, so you'll see stuff that I post about Northern slang. I've got a funny one coming. It's relatable. Things are like honed in on the northeast, right? But when you go to content plan, you can have, right, so one of the things from your content will be Northern Crack. So every week you could have one of your posts which is a little bit of Northern Crack, right? There's one of your posts. It's important that we educate you, right, as a team, as a community that we run. It's important that we educate you on social media, right? Social media is a big part of this. So one of our posts for that week would be social media education. And that's one of your pillars. I've then gone on here, your personality. So what I mean by that is you show on your face, you show who you are. And that's important for us because you have come to this community because you've recognised our personality, or you've recognised my personality, and you've went, hang on a minute, she's not bullshitting us here, I need to go and see what she's talking about. Right, make sense? So those are your pillars. So what I'm going to do for you is, maybe in a couple hours or so, keep a lookout for it, right? It might be later on tonight. I am going to drop in some business pillar PDFs for you, guides, worksheets, right? And you can go and download them. They're going to be in the file section. This is where I'm going to be uploading stuff all the time. And this, lasses, is the type of stuff that's going to be available for you on the membership area, right? Going forward. When this membership area launches in April, which is going to be unbelievable, by the way, for your business, it's going to have a go-to place, and it's going to be put into sections for you and everything with videos like this. So this video I'm going to download, and that's going to get whacked into the membership area now, right? Ready for you when you go in. But there's going to be more and more and more and more content coming in. Anyone outside of the membership won't necessarily get this type of like content, right? Because this takes a hell of a lot of thinking, a hell of a lot of planning from all of us. We're having like meetings all the time, okay? So you then want to write down your pillars and stick them somewhere. Like, I've got them up on my board in a fashion, but I have got them written down in my diary, which is in here, my calendar. I'll use a spreadsheet, whatever works for you, right? Just somewhere where it's visual. I've had a good few conversations with people recently about vision boards, right? Get a vision board and stick them on. Pillars across the top. And then every time you feel a bit, I don't know what I'm doing, have a look up and go, that's missing. So I remember this happened with the magical world, the secret world of Mushroom Marvellous when we books. In that group, I remember it started happening, and I was just getting a bit like, I don't know what I'm even doing in this group. It was about 8 months ago. I don't even know what I'm doing. And then I went, hang on a minute. Pillars. The pillars were mushrooms, right? Obviously, people are in there because they freaking love mushrooms, and I am. And one of them was just stories, okay? And I was like, hold on a minute. I haven't even started talking about books, stuff like that. So I started introducing stuff like that. And then I was like, I haven't even been talking about mushrooms for about 6 weeks. Art, creativity, I just lost my way. But because those are like the pillars of that community, as soon as you start looking at it and going, what am I doing differently? So it's important that you review what's working and what's not. There's that noise again on my laptop. Want to see? What is that noise? I think it's one of you knocking on the screen. I don't know what it is. It seems to happen when I'm live. So, hello Claire Louise. Ruthos Watsonos says, makes it so... Oh, I need to talk about the podcast with you as well, right? This is funny. Ruth's just made us remember something. Makes it so much easier to think of content and plan when you know what your pillars are. The worksheets will be so helpful for this. Yes. Membership area is going to be mind-blowing. Hello, Holly. Holly's planning today, are you, mate? I think I saw your post on Instagram. Hello, Emma. Emma, how's your group going? Right, so, podcast lasses. Lounging with the lasses. Oh, we need a jingle. Lounging with the lasses is going to be awesome. I posted it yesterday. Thank you all for people who were submitting the form through. We've got a lot of submissions to go through. We won't take these off file, right? We're going to look through. Say you were going to interview, first of all, on the 26th. I'm going to rattle them all off. What it is, you're on a Zoom, right? With me. I'm in here, you're on there. We will be recording it. We will be putting it on YouTube, and we will be taking the sound off and then creating the podcast. Just to let you know, there's going to be an element each week, which is called Why I Lass, where we're going to be asking you something along the lines of the most ridiculous situation you've had with a customer. Something like that. We just want it has to be a bit crap, right? But it'll just be a bit more like some of the podcasts I've been interviewed on, right? back in the, like, a good over a year ago. It was very, very, like, business-like. And now, when I'm asked to go on podcasts, I pick and choose them based on what the crack's like. I'm like, I'm going to get on that. Like, the one I was on with Michelle, unreal. She's, like, totally down to earth, like, proper banter and crack, even though she's not even from up north. She's native. So, yes, it'll be a bit banter. And eventually, when we have an actual lounge in a couple of years' time, which will happen, it's up there on my board, in a couple of years' time, when we have a lounge, I'll be able to have a recording studio where you come in and we are on an actual chair. Right, Jodie says, sent mine last night. I can imagine you will have so many. It's such a fantastic opportunity. It's brilliant, and some people might go, but what's that going to do for us? It is a huge audience, podcasts. Huge audience. And I tell you what it is. You do put your trust in us quite a bit when you're the host of a podcast. You do have to trust that the person who's running it is going to, you know, set it up in the right way, get it viewed in the right way, and it's going to take a lot of work from us, but we'll absolutely nail it for you. Oh, Kim, it was yesterday. Have a look in the featured. Kim says she missed the information about this. Kim, it's up in the featured section at the top, I think. If not, just look in the search section, look for podcast, and it'll be there. And the last thing is networking. Our networking event, I'm out of breath, is next Friday at 11:30. Again, that's in the featured bit at the top. If you need help with your bookkeeping, you feel it's a nightmare, you hate doing it, or you're spending too much money on it, you need to come to this networking event, because it'll stop all that. Because I was doing the same, and then when I spoke to Mother Melissa Middleton, who is the mother of all businesses, she sorted me life right out. She did. Oh, thanks, Ruth. Ruth's going to tag you, Kim. Okay. Happy days. Pillars of business. I tell you what to do, though, as well, lasses. If you want, come in and share what you've done with your pillars. We love out like that. It'll inspire other people to think of ideas, because I know not everyone can understand what I'm talking about. It could be the way I'm explaining it. It could be just something they've never thought about. Think about an ideal client. I didn't know what one was for like 6 months when I first started. Then I went, what's an ideal client like? Now I'm all over it. Like, whatever you say. Is it tramp on chips or something? I don't even know what I'm allowed to say these days. Everything's politically incorrect. Right, I'm going. Have a mint week. Have a mint week. Thank you so much for being awesome in this community. Every single person who comes in and gets involved, you're inspiring somebody else. Promise you. Absolutely promise you. Read, draw.